Hey you guys, remember these? They're from a previous video that we filmed. I'll put the link to the video in the description. It's a View 1 ESL light bulb. Basically, the long and the short of it is a cathode ray tube, just like a TV set, with phosphors, an electron gun, the whole 9 yards. And it's supposed to create warm white light, directly replaces a 65 watt incandescent at 500 lumens. Long life, 11,000 hours, 10 years. Okay, well, we decided that's a pretty bold claim, because that's like LED technology there. So we got a total of 3 of these, and we got 2 to hang on to and 1 to actually do a test on. Now, yeah, these are like 15-20 bucks a piece, but we decided let's test out that 10-year long life. And on their website, they go further to say that the life can be increased by leaving it on all the time. Okay, and that's why it's 2/3 less than a standard 65 watt flood bulb. Okay, there's the specs on the back versus CFL, LED, halogen, incandescent. Go ahead and pause the video if you want to read this. Otherwise, I'm going to continue on. Okay, and then here on the back we've got the nutrition information, the lighting facts. 500 lumens, $2.35 per year at 3 hours a day. And also the life at 3 hours a day is 10 years. Well, go ahead and pause it here if you want to read the back, or I'll continue on. We were pretty impressed by this new technology at the time, because it's something no one's ever tried before. Have an actual CRT tube, like a TV set without the picture, on and illuminating, and it was a good idea, we thought. Well, of course, when we received our packages, we saw this. If the camera will focus, made in China. Now, I'm sorry, but I'm getting really sick and tired of this made in China shit, because people just don't get it. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you do get it, because, sorry, my hair is a hot mess. I've been outside and it's raining. I'm sure you get this point of this video, but there's an awful lot of people out there that dispute the fact that everything made in China is a complete and total turd bucket. Okay? I don't even know, I don't blame the workers, because I know they make like a penny a day or whatever. I do understand that. I know that they can't get out of their situations, and I know it's a horrible life. I don't blame the individuals. I blame the companies. I blame the Chinese manufacturers, all of whom can kiss my ass. Every Chinese manufacturer, okay? Every time we buy something that says made in China, it fails. You see where I'm getting at? Alright. Let me show you this light bulb that we've had. This is the 5th week that we've had it in a socket. And I'm not sure how many hours it has been on, but I'll put that figure right here once I get back to the computer and get my calculator out. But anyhow, here we go. Now this light, which was not made in China, has pretty much been on like forever. As you can see, Shop Light USA came from Do It Best. It's built, made in the USA. This light was on, I know, for at least 2 years, since I can remember, without being turned off, and then the past few months we've been turning it on and off. So we're gonna turn it off, and there's the shitty ass bulb. You can't see it. I'm trying to adjust the light here, so bear with me. It's hard to see. As you can see, back to camera mode here, video mode. I don't quite have the settings figured out yet on this phone, but it is about 40% of the brightness that it was 5 weeks ago when we started this test. I don't have a light meter. I don't have that kind of tool available right now, but I can tell you for a fact that it is about 40, maybe not even 40, maybe 35 to 40% of what the light output was when we put this bulb in 5 weeks ago. Now see that light right here? This light is coming from behind me, from that shop light, also made in the U.S. Very old bulbs. They are banded, but they still work fine with full light output. And that one fixture lights up the whole basement except for the back corner back there where the fans are. Yeah, we have a lot going on. Anyways, this stupid thing. Alright, let me do this. Let me turn off the big light so you can get a better idea, because that little CFL bulb back there brightened up the entire basement. I mean, you could clearly see the controls on the washer and dryer, which you cannot even make them out now. You can't even really see the knobs. Okay. That light used to cast light all the way out here where I'm standing, which is right here at the laundry hamper. Okay, in the freezer. Now I am about 20 feet away from it. That is the sunlight, okay, from outside. This used to be not as bright, but a fair comparison. And I have a feline wondering why I'm standing here in the dark talking to myself. Did you have anything to say to the camera? Did you have anything to say to YouTube? Car. Did you have anything you wanted? Okay, maybe not. Anyways. So I'm going to walk back into this area. And incandescent-wise, it's probably down to about the equivalent of a 15-watt light bulb. It's very dim, dingy corner, and it used to be that. I'm not even kidding. So, yeah. Quick comparison here. I believe these are 23-watt light bulbs in here. Okay. That is actually dimmer than that used to be. Okay. That used to be brighter than the bathroom light, which is like blinding now in comparison. Okay. So, yeah. That little Chinese turd is a piece of crap, and I'm going to let the company know. Okay, I actually turned off the light, and I came back an hour later and turned it back on just in case there was some sort of chance that that might improve the situation, but it actually is now dimmer than it was before I turned it off and then back on. So, I know 10 years is estimated at 3 hours a day, but this is ridiculous. I mean, the light output has failed much, much quicker than even a standard old incandescent 65-watt bulb. And when you factor in the cost that this thing cost $20, and it's lasted for, and in 5 weeks' time, its light output has actually dropped below that of a 60-watt bulb. I hate to tell you, but it would have been cheaper, even with electricity, to light this area with a 60-watt bulb, and it would have been 5 times brighter. So yeah, anyways. That's my rant on this stupid freaking Chinese everything that they're shoving down our throats. Okay. Try to get the camera to focus here. Okay. Now, as you can see, there you go. This is 1 week later after I filmed the first part of this video. It has shrunken even more. Less than half the bulb surface is illuminated. It's really hard to see on the camera, but that darker ring around the brighter center is completely black. It's completely dark. We've got less than 50% of the bulb surface area lighting up now. After 6 weeks total on a bulb that's supposed to last 10 years. Yes, I know that means 3 hours a day, but still, it should be nice and bright for at least several years, 2 or 3, not 6 weeks. especially for a $20 light bulb. Huge waste of money. And we bought 3 of them. 20 bucks a pop. So just letting you know, View 1, which is VU1, needs to get back to the drawing board on their bulbs. As soon as this thing dies, we're going to autopsy it and see exactly what it looks like inside. Okay, this is the actual light output of the bulb. You can barely see the floor. The sink. I mean, right now, the light output has decreased to what I can only assume is about 4 watt incandescent nightlight power. That's it. And I mean, we're right below the bulb. So, you know, you think there'd be more light output than this, but you can't even see the drain on the floor there. You can barely see the litter boxes over there. The house that I work in has a 4 watt incandescent light, night light in the bathroom. And this is about how bright it is in there at night. Well, the saga continues. That's how bright the bulb is now. And look at it. Just one little spot in the middle. Every time I edit this video, it gets worse and worse. This is about the 5.5 week mark. It's 5 weeks and 4 days. And you can barely see the floor. You can see the outline of the cat boxes, but you can't see the HEPA filter on the left or much of the floor at all. If I wave my hand, you can see my ring a little bit, but that's it. Stupid piece of crap. Hey guys, what you're seeing is Spat Spare. Give the camera a wave, hun. Yeah, I know. I don't see it either. You know why? Because the stupid freaking China Pride thing. You know? I mean, this is the last of the video, I swear, because Spats and I have spoken and decided that it is in our best interest to go ahead and disconnect the power to this bulb and remove it and call it done for. We're done with it. Why? Because there are white hot beads of light on the inside of the glass, lightning bolts shooting through it, fire going on inside, and, well, I mean, this new camera phone, this new Samsung, it looks nice and brilliant and, you know, softly lit and all that shit, but no, it is dim. That's the cat boxes. Okay, I just showed them to you 3 days ago. Here's 3 days later. You can see an outline of something, but that's the cat boxes, and they're right under the bulb. Alright, let me explain to you here. Alright, give it a moment for the camera to focus and adjust the light output and such. But, okay, as you can see, the bulb only has about a 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inch. And for those of you who prefer the metric flavor, maybe 4 centimeter light pattern in the very center of the bulb. All right. Now keep in mind this bulb is a 4 inch, which would be probably about a 13 centimeter glass surface, and there's less than 25% of the surface that is illuminated. And as you can see here on the right hand side, the glass actually has a bright spot, and although it's a still picture, when I say that there is activity going on in one concentrated spot on the right hand side of the light bulb, it looks really scary in person, and quite frankly, I don't expect the bulb to explode, but I do expect some sort of damage to occur, and we just don't want to risk it by continuing this experiment any further. So right now, We're pretty much exactly on the 6-week part. 6 weeks we have used this 10-year bulb. And it is, as you can see, failed in brightness, failed in luminosity. There's one bright spot in the middle of the bulb and a seemingly glass melting spot on one edge of the bulb that does not indicate safety, rather it indicates danger. So we have discontinued this bulb. This experiment is over, and we have determined unequivocally that this View 1 light bulb is complete and utter shit. On a quick side note here, you can clearly see the old bad bulb is on the left. One of the new ones is on the right. Look how the one on the left is all brown and nasty. That's the one we've had on this test. The one on the right is a brand new, same bulb. Okay, and just for comparison purposes, we have taken out temporarily the defective bulb and we've put in another one, identical. Look at how bright that is. You can clearly see the litter box and the sink and the Bionaire HEPA filter that takes all the cat litter dust and smell out of the air, and the bucket behind it that we use, and here's the sink and the dishwasher, and there's Spats. Say hi.
Hi.
Remember just a second ago, guys, this was pitch black. Look, you can see the shadow over there. Okay? Look at that. You can see the laundry hampers down there, the freezer, the laundry basket. This, look at that. That's how it was. Okay? This is how it started out. Complete 4-inch circle of light that you can clearly see. Oh, there's poop in there. But hey, you can
turn around the culprits.
You can clearly see the poop from that thing. Hey, Moo Moo. Yeah, you pooped in there, and we see it. So does the rest of the world on YouTube. Even then, just then,
It flickered.
it flickered. This brand new one that we just put in, that's only got about 20 minutes of use on it, just for testing purposes over the workbench, it flickered.
Gotta show the made in China pride.
Yeah, look how far away he is from it. You can see the Lakewood fans over there.
Yeah.
You know, step to the back up, honey. You can see the door. That's what I was trying to show you. You can see the door all the way on the other end of the house going out to the garage.
Yeah, it's about 40 feet away.
Okay? Again, look. Look how bright these were. And now reverse the video and see how dim the other ones were. Okay? That gives you an example. After 6 weeks of use, these shitty-ass 10-year bulbs lasted. Yeah, Amy, you know why? Because of the made in China bullshit. That's why. Made in China. Made in China. I wish I could... Really? You're going to poop again? You just pooped. Hey, Amy. Guess what? Hey, look here. Where are you going? Uh-oh. I made her mad because I made fun of her pooping habits. Anyways, here's the video continued for an example of how bright the bulb is now. Look, here it is. Boom.